Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's the brain of the mainframe here now, Scala with the Pop XP, and joining me is the doctor, Mr. Blevins.
That's me.
That's me. You.
How goes it? How goes it, Nile?
Bro, it goes it, man. It goes it like you wouldn't believe it goes.
Man, it went. It goes so good it went.
Are you in an alleyway? Are you in an
alleyway? I'm having to do this
tricks?
outside of an old China Walk, like a Chinese buffet
nice.
place.
Nice.
I don't know why they have a picture, why they have a TV hanging on the wall outside. I guess it's for...
It's like one of those menu things.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
They use like menus for screens for menus and stuff now. So Blevins, how you doing, man? I see the studio's coming along.
Yeah, studio's coming along great. I'm looking to start contributing a good amount of content. Probably going to be more content that you're going to be like, all right, Blevins, you need to slow it down a little bit. But
I'm going to be like, this is shit.
Yeah, you're like,
Blevins, this is shit.
And shove it up here. All right, so
how's your dad?
Dude, he's doing great.
Fantastic.
The Rose, the service dog, she had a stroke or whatever not too long ago, but she's recovering pretty good. I'm very happy because it was pretty bad there. But man, like, why want to talk on this negative, like, sad?
I don't know. You were supposed to say my dad's good and leave it at that, but you brought it to a whole nother level.
My dad is awesome. It's the
whole nother level, bro.
It's the puppy that makes me sad.
Oh, the puppy will be fine. The puppy
little puppers.
But I'm pretty excited, man. We got two great campaigns tonight.
A friend of the show already. We got one guy that was part of the Pop XP crew.
Yes.
And then
crew.
Yeah. So he's coming back, which I'm really excited about.
Yes. You love that guy, don't you?
I do. He's pretty awesome. Not as much as you, obviously. Not as much as you, but it's not a competition, because if it was, I'd be losing.
Oh, come on, guy. But hey, everyone, let's jump into some campaigns. We got some great stuff tonight. Everyone, please welcome for the first time Mr. Anthony Gambino to the show. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
And returning guest, he's been a co-host, a host. He's definitely part of the Pop XP family, Mr. Caleb Thusat. What's up, man?
Guy.
Guys.
Yeah, what's up?
See you guys.
Oh, we're clapping now. We're clapping.
Wow.
What's up, everyone in the chat? Guys, how have you been? Come on. How's life?
Been good, man.
Busy.
Busy. Campaign. We got a competition tonight, everyone. We got a Kickstarter campaign and an Indiegogo campaign going head to head.
Whoa.
Put your wages in, people. It's gonna get violent.
There will be blood.
There's a Gambino in the house, so
Don't say shit. Watch out for that.
Hey, forget about it. Hey.
So, man, and a lot of our viewers they know Caleb and whatnot. So, first off, man, Anthony, tell us a bit about yourself, dude. How did you get into comics? What's your story? What's your origin story?
Yeah, man. I wasn't really exposed too much to comics as a kid. I was always drawing. I started drawing when I was 3 or 4, and I saw my dad's high school sketchbook, and I thought that was really cool. And it was always just a hobby and something that I loved to do. And then when I started undergrad, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I always loved art and drawing. So I had a guidance counselor suggest graphic design. So I started in that. And then I took a illustration course as an elective. Mm-hmm. And after that professor told me what the course was about and what the projects were going to be and what storytelling was, that kind of changed my whole trajectory. So I really got into illustration as a craft and as a part of the industry, with the intention of being in the industry when I was 20 years old. And now I'm here. I crowdfunded an annual sketchbook last year because I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was working on in 2020. that I really liked and wanted to put it together. And now I'm working on my first comic.
Oh, nice, man.
Dude,
That's
that's
awesome.
pretty
And
awesome.
how are you enjoying making comics?
I love it. I mean, I did a little bit in undergrad. I did it more in grad school as well, shorter stories. But I kind of trained. It's funny. Blevins backstage. Blevins mentioned he hadn't seen words on the campaign pages, and it was freaking me out. But they're there. They're there. Thank
Yeah,
God.
I saw him. I saw
But
him.
but I had actually I learned how to make comics without any words.
Yeah.
The visual storytelling part, we were challenged to make silent stories and silent pages, no words or anything. So I've been loving it. I've been loving every minute
That's
of
making
it.
comics the Marvel way.
Yeah, a couple
there.
of GI Joe 21s up in there. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. So let me ask you, how'd you feel about sequential art and tackling that? It's tough. People don't understand how tough sequential art is.
It is, and I remember especially like when I was in school, I remember it feeling pretty intimidating. But the professor I had who introduced us to all of this was really cool, and he used film a lot to teach us. So we were analyzing. I remember specifically we analyzed Psycho a lot to get certain frames and compositions. So once I kind of got into my head that it was like being a movie director on paper, that brings out a lot more fun and a bigger challenge. And like I don't want people to think that I make books with the intentions of being movies, because that's just stupid to me right now. But I do love making books as if I'm making a movie on paper, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that influence what led you to making a black and white book? You said Psycho. I mean,
that really interesting point, but no, actually, it was just the tone of the story that Julie's pitched to me. It's really dark and gritty, and we were talking about kind of making it along the lines of a Sin City tone. So once we were going back and forth discussing if we want to do it black and white or color, you know, after talking it over and everything, it made so much more sense to do it in black and white.
Looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, man.
And we'll look at that campaign, but let's talk about it. So for those that don't know, we mentioned the name Julius. So Julius Freeman is the writer of this book. You're obviously the artist for the book. Tell us about how the pitch went. You know, how did this idea of Vigilant Fury come to be?
Like most things now, it started with a tweet. And I don't know if you know Rob Geronimo, Blood Realm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a good buddy, and he texted me one day, and he texted me. Yeah, we get it all the time. Yeah. He texted me just a tweet, so I had no idea what it was. He didn't say anything, and I clicked on the link, and it was Julius's tweet that he was looking for an artist for the story he had in mind. And he said, you know, if you're interested, like submit some sample pages below. And there were a ton of submissions already, but I was like, what the hell? Why not? I submitted some pages, and he messaged me and was like, hey, I really dig your style, and I think it fits the story. Are you interested in hearing more? And that was it.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
It was pretty crazy.
So let's pull up the campaign.
Yeah.
Boom. Right here.
Boom.
Vigilant Fury. Angela Peretz will kill her way to freedom. Now, I didn't watch this campaign video, so I'm going to play this.
You know what?
No, don't do it.
Yeah, don't. I think another channel, there were some issues with the copyright stuff.
No. Oh,
with
all
the music?
time. Do you know that happens all the time?
But I mean, we got royalty-free music too, and we gave him credit. So I don't know what the hell happened, but I don't want you guys to get affected in any way.
Hey, you know what I say to that?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I love it.
All right.
Let's roll.
Fuck it. I said it again. Let's check it out.
Cool.
There's no words in the video.
Maybe that's what Blevins was looking at.
Maybe if we talk a little bit,
it won't do the copyright thing. Yeah, maybe. Julius is apologizing for the lengthy trailer.
Oh no, it's good.
Yeah, we're not going to forgive him for that.
You're dead to us.
It's not done. There we go.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That guy's okay.
He's fine. Just needs a band-aid or two.
Yeah. Let's walk it off.
You can stop it here. Shake weight of
I like the music.
You seen those memes where it shows where it has the video where it shows it and it's like when the death metal music drops. It's like just the story and then the death metal music and all bets are off. Yeah, that's a pretty good trailer.
That was a great trailer.
Yeah, Julius did a nice job with it.
It's funny. I was gonna be like, this makes you want to hit someone in the head with a flashlight, and then it went to the scenes where someone was getting hit in the head with a flashlight, so I didn't have to say it.
Thank God.
How fun is that? Or as Daniel Russell likes to say, shake weight of death.
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if you should ask people how fun it is to hit people in the head with a flashlight. No,
I didn't ask if it was
you're like,
fun.
how fun is that? You're like, how fun is that?
The
Not my
infamous
worst
tampon
Tuesday
game?
night.
Not my best.
So tell us a bit about this story, man.
Yeah, so Angela Peretz is the protagonist, and she goes on vacation. And while she's at her rental home, she gets taken by human traffickers. And when she wakes up, she's inside of a container of a cargo ship. So she has to either accept her fate or, as you can guess from the trailer, kill her way to freedom.
Nice.
It's a badass story.
It is.
Yeah,
How
I
many
like-
pages is this story?
84.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
So
nice
this is
chunky
it. This
one
is it
shot.
though, right? It's a one
Yeah.
shot. Okay, that's
Yep, it's a one shot. Yep.
But still, that's pretty good. 84 pages, $25. That's a pretty solid deal.
15.
15
Oh.
bucks.
Yeah.
I was.
Oh wow, that's really
I would
solid.
have got it with the sketch card.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Look at you.
Yeah, 25 bucks.
He's like,
I mean,
yeah,
wait,
well,
till, wait till you get down to his sketches. You'll see why.
yeah, no, they're pretty sweet.
Thank you.
So is this book done? Are you done with it?
We're about 25% of the way done with the pages. The script is done. Thumbnails for about half the book are done. So we're a little bit more than 25% of the way.
I mean, this isn't even bad for $75.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our featured perk. That's what we're really trying to push.
Yeah. And
I
this
found-
is a commission?
Yeah, that's just an example. It's not a specific one that I did for anybody.
No, I understand, but you're doing
Okay.
like a full commission.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the way we're working this with the commissions and the sketch cards, if you want something specific, then of course reach out to us and ask for it. But if fulfillment time comes and we haven't heard anything, then I'm gonna pick a character from the book and do a commission or a sketch card of that.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. How long will you be giving the backers to let you know what they want?
Probably until we're expected ship date is March, so probably until around January.
Okay.
Give me some time to knock everything out. And we're offering ink wash or straight black and white for the commissions also.
Oh, nice.
I was about to say all that black. You definitely have to use I bet you got to go through a lot of brushes, don't you?
Well, I use the Pentel pocket brush, so I go
Oh.
through a lot of ink cartridges. I don't have the back on it right now because I spilled a bunch of the other ink on it, but
Gotcha.
Nice.
yeah, I love this thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you got the $15 backing. So you get the 15 physical, $5 digital.
hmm
Very nice.
And then we're offering this companion book. I love seeing like character designs and behind the scenes stuff in trades. So we were gonna do it as a stretch goal, but then we switched it up and decided to offer this as a companion piece. So it's a separate 48-page saddle stitch book with character designs, thumbnails, sketches, sample scripts, process shots, everything that goes into making a project like this.
Oh, nice. Very cool. So, and for $22, you can get both?
Mm-hmm. Physical.
Physical. Wow.
Yep.
That's a great. That's a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, then the sketch card's $15.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that, Blevins?
Dude, I think it looks amazing, and that Abe Sapien is absolutely incredible. But yeah, I mean, sketch cards are awesome. Like, of course, everybody wants the big pages, but I think sketch cards I think they have their place as well, and I'm really getting more and more into getting sketch cards over the big pieces.
Yeah, man, they're so easy to collect and affordable, and they're easy to store too.
Well, plus you can get a team. You can get a team of your favorite characters usually for the price of one of the big pages.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so
I mean, even the original art tier, all your tiers are priced really well.
Yeah, very affordable.
Yes, Shay the Red said that I'm not allowed to have my prices this low ever again. So if you like my work, get on it now while they're still this low. But yeah, I found with my last campaign, when I did the sketch cards, like I really loved doing commissions, and it was something new. And especially the sketch cards, I had a blast with them. And I think I did like 30 in that year, which was pretty awesome for the first year doing them. So yeah, we're trying to hawk this original art. I want to get it to people. I want to do new stuff for people. And especially that Julius and I are still pretty not well known. We figured the best way to get out there and to build our names and our working relationship is with the story and the art. So we're offering as much as possible for really affordable prices.
Oh, it really is. I think that's a real smart move.
Thank you.
As long as you don't hit the red,
Right.
but you get through you get through it. But yeah, that's incredible. I love the pricing, especially trying to get your name out there. Your first real big comic book campaign. How have you I mean, he's in the chat obviously, so you got to say nice things.
Yeah.
But how do you enjoy working with Julius?
Oh, dude, he's awesome. I was very hesitant because I'm a bit of a control freak, especially when it comes to like my work. But we're very similar, and he's a little bit of a control freak too. But we're both able to leave the egos at the door and just work together and make a good story, and that's what it's all about. He's awesome, man. He's become a really good friend. Love hanging out with him, even though it's only virtually. But yeah, it's been great, and I think this is the first of many projects together.
Yeah, I love that you're showing the process and that you're doing the book, showing the process, and what I think a lot of artists, especially ones that there's a lot of great artists out there. Sequential art is tough. You have to know how to draw everything at every angle. You have to know how to draw everything, right? A can of soda, anything that could be in the room or the space, couches, furniture, buildings, architecture, all that stuff. And I like that, when I'm drawing, I will tell my wife, hey, I need you to help, take some reference photos of me because I need to see how the body's going to look at that angle. Because I remember Jimmy Palmiotti one time, we were just chatting. I was like, hey, man, I know you draw. Let me see some of your art. And one thing he was like is, you can draw fabric well, this and stuff. And the figures, but there's just the little subtleties, drawing from life, and he always, recommends take drawing from life courses. And if you can't do that, try to find images of movement, of actual real life people moving, because there's slight subtleties when things are moving. And that's what's great about doing reference photos. And I don't think a lot of people understand that reference photos are a huge part of doing sequential artwork. And nailing those proper angles and stuff. Some guys will literally photograph themselves in almost like every panel, especially if it's in like a complex positioning, like what you did right here.
Yeah, man. I did that for a lot of these pages, a lot of the panels. I think in undergrad when I was working on my thesis, I think I shot almost every single panel like shot reference for every single panel of
Yeah.
the however many pages I did. Yeah, it's a huge part of it, and it's funny you mentioned your wife because I've been teasing that in the companion book, people may or may not see reference photos of me tackling my wife for reference.
Oh, I thought you were
with-
going to say my wife was taking.
No,
care
no,
of
no.
you,
Wow.
too. I was like, wow, man, she really
Now
loves this community so
Now
much.
loves to help Indiegogos, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Hey,
Man,
I
she
just want
gets
to say on the
deep
idea
into it.
of reference photos and stuff, like there was a awesome like book called Mythology, which was basically the story of Alex Ross, like the everyone,
Mhm.
if you're into comics, you know who Alex Ross is.
Sure.
And when you look through his book, even at an extremely young age, he had all these photos that he would do reference photos with. And I mean, he still does it. He still does it to this day. And you don't really ever think about that when you look at a comic. You don't really think like, man, how do these people just come up with this stuff off the top of your head? Same with Dave Dorman. Like I was watching a live stream of him painting a Boba Fett, and he was just like going on, and they were like, what's the key to your success? And he's like, the key to my success is reference photos.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was just something that just sparked both of those. Like Dave Dorman is huge and Alex Ross is huge, and just something as simple as reference photos is what they use, or what they say contributed the most to their success. That and their skill, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but the skill only take you so far because eventually you come to a plateau and you got to learn a little bit more. And we're always learning.
But
But,
that-
Paulo Rivera, I don't know if
Exactly.
you ever seen his posts with reference photos. He's got some great ones because he'll post the panels that he did, an in progress shot, a reference photo that he took of himself, and then a 3D model that he's working with too, which is really cool. And he like lights everything specifically. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
Nile, if I cut you off.
No, not at all. I was cutting you off because I'm just rude. But it is. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I was actually talking to a fellow artist when we were at Terrificon, and she was asking me questions, certain things. I said, "Well, what are you using as reference?" And she's like, I'm not." I'm like, "Well, use reference for that." I mean, talk to all these artists here. They're all using reference for everything.
Yeah.
And she kind of felt like it was plagiarizing. And I'm like, no. I'm like, because you can even
No.
take your reference and you can take the opacity down, especially if you're a digital artist. You can take that, and that's what's great about digital work is you can almost take that reference and kind of hover it over and just see like, did I get that twist right in the hip?
Yeah.
There's stuff to do that, and then you can mirror it to make sure things are symmetrical and whatnot. It's just kind of like, oh wow, really? I'm like, yeah, it's not plagiarism. You're not copying. I mean, a lot of the times I told her, I said, look, when you're doing the reference photos, you're literally just taking pictures of yourself because to get that exact position and pose you want, you're going to have to take the photo yourself. But anyways, that's enough
True.
on that topic. But, don't be afraid for that. And I like that you're putting that in there because other creators that want to do this are going to see what the movie magic's all about when it comes to making a book. That's great. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
man,
anyone
I hope so.
I haven't seen anyone put anything like this in their progress books, the production books.
Hey man, like if this goes well and the next campaign or whatever, like I want to put this stuff in all my campaigns because I really I love seeing it as a creator.
Yeah.
I learn a lot from it, so I want other people to get that same experience too, and hopefully they learn something too.
Yeah, it's like a
Nice.
director's cut, basically.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like getting the storyboards and everything. That's really cool.
Mhm.
So this is awesome, man.
So is the cover the cover that you use, is that also just one of the panels from the
It
book
is.
you blew up?
It is. I drew the panel and we had a cover, and then I drew that panel and I went, shit, this is the cover. and I did a mock-up and I was like, hey man, listen, like I know we just went through this whole thing for the cover, but look at this. And Julius was like, oh.
So one lucky backer is gonna, well, I guess three lucky backers one lucky backer will have the cover as their original art if they back the original art here. That's pretty cool.
And I don't think I pasted it on yet, but the panel itself is actually separate from the page because it was a redo.
Oh,
And it was a patch, so it'll
That's
be like
cool.
a super mini cover.
nice.
So are you doing all this? Is this all traditional style or are you digital, a mix?
No, it's all traditional.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, you know, scan it and touch it up in Photoshop here and there just to get fill in all the black spots, or fill in the white spots from the scanner.
That's awesome. So you guys have 10 days left on this campaign.
Yep.
Now, when did you launch the campaign?
This is our second 30 days. So we launched June 20th.
Okay. So we got to get you funded.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You guys got to get funded. This, sounds like a great story. I love the style based on what the story is and the style of the book and the art that's in there. I mean, this is a no-brainer. I hope those watching this live and those that are going to be watching this recorded, which is probably going to be the majority of the viewers, there's 10 days left as of August 9th, 2022 at 10:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get on there, check out this campaign, back it. If you like it, share it. You know, the best thing you can always do, even if it's something you don't really feel is for you or whatever, or if funds are tight, just share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. Do anything to help support this golden age of creators in the indie community, and give Vigilant Fury a go. So we'll do the same. I'll have Frank Amazing
awesome.
throw some posts up on Facebook and Twitter throughout these next couple days, and on Instagram, just to try to help give a push on this.
Thank you.
You know, definitely try to get on some more streams. You know,
we are.
As many as you can get on. But it's a great book. Can you guys extend? How many times can you extend?
Just the once.
Just the one time?
Yeah.
So you'd have to relaunch again. Which I would definitely don't discourage. If you don't get funded this time, guys, just launch another one. And then just reach out to me. We can, try to get you onto some other streams that you haven't been able to get onto yet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a reasonable goal.
Definitely not getting discouraged at all. We understand it's we're still figuring it out. We're both new, and it's totally fine.
There you go. And then make it $100 a book.
Yeah, exactly. And
Think of that. If you did that, it'd be that cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's great price and everything. Really awesome. I really appreciate you reaching out to me, Anthony. And please keep me in the loop, and same for you,
Thank
Julius.
you.
Keep us in the loop on what you guys are doing. If you need another push, if you got to run the campaign again, reach out. We'll get you back on. But yeah, any other new projects you have, anything, please reach out. Our platform is your platform. That's what we're here for.
I appreciate that so much.
Thanks for sharing this campaign with us. If you'd love to hang out and check out what Caleb has up his sleeve,
hell yeah,
we'll jump into that. Mr. Caleb, dude,
what's up?
You're bringing something cool to the table, and this isn't, I've got the first issue here of your book.
This
campaign,
is the two. Yeah,
we'll get you this issue, but more.
Well, indeed.
Neverland, the Neverland.
Let's
talk about this.
I have some special. You might be a little jealous of these because I did chromatic covers of the issue ones that you can now pick up as add-ons or on some special tiers of the issue 2.
So, can we see the book number 1 again? God, man, that water looks sick.
Wow.
Yeah,
they
are awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just throw this one out then and
just
get one of those. Anyways, thanks for ruining everything, Caleb.
Hey, you know what? They're actually not horrible. Those ones are a little more because obviously it costs a bit more to print chromatic, but they're collector's items. I'm not going to print those after this. Like, I think there's 25 of them that exist each. So I sign them and you get a pretty cool collector's item. So
very nice. Well, let's first off, just really quick. I know you've been on the show so many times. A lot of people know who you are, but there's a lot of new viewers out there. Ones watching live, ones that are going to be watching this record. Just really quick, man. Give us the bit of your origin story.
Yeah, man. So comics didn't really come into my life until I was in my 20s, but I went to school for film way back in the day now, and worked in the film industry in Chicago for about 9 years before I started coming up with ideas that I wanted to create but couldn't really do anything with because indie film is restrictive and budget. So I decided to basically try my hand at doing comic books after I kind of got enlightened by Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman and how deep comic books can be. So I started writing some stuff, and I wrote a crazy sci-fi story called Alter Life. a zombie series called Zed and a number of other things. And I've been kickstarting for the past 6.5 years, and I've done 16 successful Kickstarters. I think this is the 17th one that I'm working on. I've honestly lost track at this point, but it's, I do 3 to 4 of them per year at this point. And I was working all self-published for about 5.5 years until my Super Cats Kids series that I wrote for my son actually got picked up by Scout Comics about 1.5 years ago. And then my World War II ghost story that you and Billy are huge fans of as
Amazing.
well. I finished that book 2 years ago, and then SourcePoint decided that it was time that it got in more people's hands, and it's been hitting shelves issue by issue this summer, and it'll be a full trade in October. So
Dude, congrats.
Nice, man. Congratulations.
Congrats,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Right
so
here.
it's
If you can get a
been-
copy, please do.
yeah.
Amazing.
In the hardcovers, I have hardcovers left on my website, and you can get them in the campaign right now. I'm like almost out of them at this point, and once they're gone, they're gone. You can get the soft trades in October from SourcePoint, but like the hardcovers are gone when they're gone. So
Now, Flytrap. I really like that book that you did. One of the
Yeah,
most recent
thanks.
campaigns. Is this still available?
It is. I have that cover. I also have Nicholas Tourist, who does a lot of cool work for Scout Comics as well. He did a cover that's like a Rick and Morty meets Back to the Future homage. And then we actually had a shop exclusive from a friend of mine that actually does an online shop, but he knew Joe St. Pierre and got him to do a special throwback sci-fi cover for that book. Kind of looks like an old school sci-fi novel, but with this cool lightning and stuff. And it's just awesome. If you want to get something that's by somebody that's been, he's like, I think he's known for making the most Spider Family covers in Marvel history. And yeah, you can see it in the lightning and stuff that he put on the cover. And yeah, that we have some of those available. I think the main cover is, I still have a good chunk of the main cover that you have, Nile, but the variants are like few and far between at this point. I think I probably have about a dozen or so each of those.
Nice. Well, let's jump in, man. Let's jump into the Neverland, because this campaign's for issues 1 and 2. Let's talk a bit about what this story is about.
Yeah, so this is a series that I had no intention of doing at all. I was going into 2020 gearing up to make it a huge banner year for conventions and try to get my books out there. And, then the world said, you can't do that. So I decided to kind of step back and think about something new to make. I made Flytrap in that time. And then in mid-pandemic, my son was obsessed with Peter Pan, and so I read the original novel, and I had never realized how dark and different that story was, and it just kind of gave me this crazy idea about a kid, like what if Peter Pan was told now, and like what if there's a kid growing up during all of this mess of the pandemic, and he escapes to Neverland, and there's no magic left on the island, and he has to figure out kind of how to either find Peter Pan or find a way to kind of make Neverland whole again. But it's really a throwback to, like, I love 80s fantasy movies like Neverending Story, Willow, obviously the Willow Amish cover on this one.
Right.
It's kind of a throwback to those stories. I tell people it's Neverending Story meets Hook. It's about it's got the depth that an older reader is going to find a lot more in it, and a younger reader is just going to enjoy it for the great fantasy story that it is. So I wanted to bring something to my kids that they can kind of have that thing where they enjoy this now when they're young, and then in 10-15 years from now when they look at it, they're like, holy crap, there's a lot more going on in there that I didn't even realize was there. So that's my intention with this story, and it's going to be a 5-issue series. We're on 2, and I plan on basically churning these out as fast as Marcelo and I can put them together. So it's been about a few months in between, but you know, he's devoting a lot of time to getting this done, and we're already like we're probably about 65% done with issue two's complete artwork. And what we did last time and we're doing this time is Marcelo is basically like finishing all the pages as the campaign is going, and then I'm lettering them. And then Robert, our colorist, is coloring them like within the last week of the campaign, and then it's like ready to go by the end of the campaign. So we're kind of like going in high gear production during the month of the campaign and getting things done. So
Nice,
it'll
man.
be out in your hands as soon as I can get it in my hands, you know. So, but
Nice.
we work with Comics Wellspring. They're super fast at turnaround. So like as soon as I have the files and shoot them to them, like I get the books within like a week. So it's definitely, we've got it fine tuned at this point.
I was going to
After
say, it
doing
sounds like you got
16
the
of them. Like we kind of figured this out at this point.
yeah. And how many issues are going on in this, or it's just ongoing?
It's going to be 5 total.
Okay.
It's all written. I basically, when I started this idea, I just like all the issues came out at once, and it was crazy because it was a story I didn't even intend on writing, and it just when it came to me, I was so inspired to get it made and to finish it that I just wrote the entire thing.
Yeah,
And
I want to say like so I remember this because you know we're all friends on Facebook and everything, and I remember when you initially put the post out on your Facebook page, being like, "Hey, what do you think about this type of story?" And you got a little bit of feedback, and I know there were some people that were saying some nothings, but you did get some really good feedback for it. And then like I remember like a couple days later, boom, you had the cover. And then it was like a couple weeks later, you're like story's done for book 1. And man, I mean it was crazy just to see that unfold through your Facebook account, like actually see how you rotated all of this stuff through. And again, like I was lucky enough to be able to do this. I have a review coming out for it. And I wanted to just say like this definitely could be just like basically a love story to your kids, you know, like this is something that you get to actually be like, hey, look, this is what I really wanted to do, and I thought of all this, because of you guys,
Yeah.
So
Well, it's actually something that's really exciting about it is now having the first issue and taking it to conventions and seeing so many kids that have grown up during all this and like pitching that story to them, like, hey, this is a good kids series that your parents are going to like too, right? And then I tell them what the story is, and they're like, wow, that's like I lived through that. Like they feel already connected to the characters that you're kind of familiar with, but also to this timely story that it involves them. What really, like it's their generation going through this, and that was fully my intention because I'm writing it for my son going through this.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I meant to say love letter, not love story. Sorry, I got my words all mixed up. But you know what I meant. I meant to say
I was
love
like,
letter.
love
my bad.
story.
You're like, oh my God, Blevins.
Jeez, new level. So where are we in issue 2? Like where has this, without spoiling too much, where do we find ourselves in issue 2?
In issue 1, you get drawn into Neverland, right? It's really sets up. I spend a little time setting up the characters and letting you get attached to Percy, who's the kid that's going through his mother getting sick, and then he goes to sleep and wakes up swept away on this adventure. And issue 2 is kind of like the step past the first moment where he realizes that there's something that he's doing is actually changing Neverland, and he's get pulled further along on this adventure, and you're going to get to see more familiar characters in issue 2, and there's a lot more action, and there's a lot more just build up to I'm really excited about issue 3 because that's like going to be this big pivotal moment, right? Like that's the peak, and then you come back down. But there's just really cool stuff. You get Tiger Lily, and like to see how like she's like a badass in this story, and she's like kind of his protector, and she has like this mother aspect to her, but she's also like this warrior that's been living in this world that has lost what it was. And you get to see Hook and what's been going on with him and how he comes back from the demise that he goes through in the original novel. And it's an awesome story. And I've only seen half of this issue so far, and like it's complete on my computer, but like I know the second half has so much cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what Marcelo does with it, because we're like challenging each other with these stories at this point, and he's just taking it to another level this time. So
That's awesome.
and
Very nice,
the Willow
man.
cover, my friend Sean Langley did for me. He really wanted to do a Kroll cover, which I'm cool with, but it makes more sense for issue 3. So I think we're gonna do Kroll on issue 3.
Solid.
But
Nice.
I actually got the if you want to, I got the original art the other day from
Nice.
it. The digital file is great, but seeing it in real life, it's just amazing. Like he watercolored it, and
Nice.
it's awesome. But I'm very excited to see that. And then we did the Neverending Story one for issue 1, because that was really the main inspiration. And I'm doing a special thing. Any backers that back during issue 1 that come back for issue 2 are going to get a special mini posters of both of the movie homages. So you'll, as a special exclusive incentive for those people that are following from the beginning. And speaking of mini sketch cards and prints, there's some sketches that you can get in here. Marcelo is doing like pirate sketches again that you can get. Basically, you can send yourself or whoever you want to be sketched up as a Neverland pirate. Those went over really well in the first one, but they're the small size. And then your friend that I got to know through the show, Howie Noel, did a print for us last time. It's also on the page, but of in his like Dick Tracy pop arty style.
Love
he
it.
did
Nice.
Shout out Howie.
right? And
Yeah.
he's currently working on Tiger Lily for issue 2. So you can pick these up as add-ons from the first campaign, but people that backed the first campaign got these for free as a stretch goal, and we're giving the Tiger Lily one for free for backers, just for funding. Like just if we hit the 3,500, I'm going to unlock that for everybody. So
Nice.
I'm kind of hoping we're going to do one of these for each campaign, and then you'll end up having like a little collection of all the characters. So they'll have like Percy and Tinkerbell and Peter Pan and Tinkerbell like from the past, and then it'll just be like a cool little series of prints by Howie. And man, he's really pumped about bringing his style to it too. So when I reached out to him, he was like, "Oh, well, sure, let's do this." And then he was actually, I think he was a little shocked that I wanted to do like 4 more of them. I'm like, we'll just keep doing them every campaign until we're done. So
That is the highest compliment you can pay an artist.
absolutely, man. Well, he knocked it out of the park. I was like, I wanted that style, and he sent the roughs to me. I'm like, man, this is gonna be so cool.
It looks so good.
And it's got like this texture to it. It's just, yeah. And I printed it in more like a card, like a postcard stock, so it's like heavy weight.
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah.
And yeah, I wanted something like you can take it and frame it if you want to, but if you just want to like stick it up somewhere, it's not going to get bent up and it's not going to get ruined easy. So
yeah, that's the way to do it.
When are you going to add some more of these 150 tiers on there? Because they got Ed up. They got Ed up.
I know they got Ed up actually really fast.
Yeah, real quick.
I think I might add something. It might not be the exact same thing because honestly, I only have so many of those Chrome covers, so it's like don't want to I don't want to devalue them by printing more of them. So I'm like, we got like 25 of each. So if the lower tiers with the Chromes don't sell, maybe I'll shift a couple up because people seem to want the bundle of all the stuff more than they want just like one thing here and there. So, but yeah, it's exciting to see people get into having all the good stuff, you know. But I always have Marcelo give his cool cover, and then I'm going to do a different 80s theme like movie variant every time. So,
well, I'll tell you from reading the book, like, dude, I mean, I thought it was great, and what's really crazy is like the early theme of it. You know, again, you are right. Everybody went through this COVID together. Everybody went through it. Nobody got away from it. But you know, like it sneaks up on you. It sneaks up on you, and then it like hits you really hard, like about a quarter of the way through the first book. And you're like, oh man, like this is absolutely crazy. And you know, like this, like there are tons of kids that actually went through what is happening here, and it just yeah, man, just knocked it out of the park. Knocked it out of the park for sure.
Thanks.
Fantastic book. Can you guys hear me?
I heard you just then, but you're definitely
yeah. I'm having major issues with StreamYard right now.
It's a little choppy.
Yeah, it keeps clicking me in and out. Can you hear me though?
We can hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up when you talk, but yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I don't know what's going on here. All right, well, I'm gonna just because all these technical issues are now happening, I'm gonna just wrap this episode. But Blevins, can you tell them what to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely check out Vigilant Fury on Indiegogo. It's the link is down in the description below, and then also you can check out the Neverland issues 1 and 2. Also, the link is located down below, and that'll be on Kickstarter. So we have a little Kickstarter action for some of you, a little Indiegogo action, but there's no need to fight. You can do both. It doesn't matter. You can go to both places, man. But again, thank you so very much for taking the time to come on the show today. Thank you for bringing your awesome talent to the show, and yeah, I mean, it was really, really interesting to see what you guys have to offer.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
Well,
Thank you, guys.
as always, thanks for having us and doing this because you know it means everything to have people out there promoting the indie stuff. So.
Oh,
Yeah, Neverland has 15 days left on it, I think, right? It's got 15 days left on it, and Vigilant Fury has 10 days left on it.
10 days, yep.
Yeah, so guys, when you see this, definitely go check these books out. They need to be funded. We definitely want to see these books get into the hands of some people.
Yeah.
It's they're great stories.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank
everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button. And also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP. And over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.